Lou Dobbs. Some of y'all, he was before y'all time, but he was largely considered a pioneer in the financial space with regard to journalism and bringing finances and the conversations about money to the forefront of national broadcasting. So I owe him some appreciation. You owe him some appreciation for being here. We owe him some appreciation as chasers as far as his dedication and largely his impact on what is happening in the news today or the journalism space today with regard to finances.
First, some sad news we want to pass along. This really hits the Fox family very hard. Lou Dobbs, the veteran cable news journalist and one of the early pioneers of financial journalism on television. Lou Dobbs is dead. He has died at the age of 78. We don't know the details on that other than he has passed away. President Trump has weighed in on it, saying that the great Lou Dobbs has just passed away, a friend, an incredible journalist, reporter, and talent. He understood the world and what was happening. Fox News Media, for its part, extended condolences to the Dobbs family in a statement. We are deeply saddened by the passing of Lou Dobbs, an incredible businessman with a gift for broadcasting. Lou helped pioneer cable news into a successful and influential industry. We are immensely grateful for his many contributions and to send our heartfelt condolences to his family. As someone who sort of grew up realizing that financial journalism had a place on TV, Lou was part of that early pioneer crowd. He perfected it to the point that he was appointment viewing, and he was for all his days on TV. Lou Dobbs gone at 78. We'll have more.
So, condolences to the family, but I will say that he lived to the ripe age of 78. Look, bro, in today's time with the type of food that we eating and all of the GMOs and the diseases and the pollution in the air and cancer everywhere and ops running around inside of your cities and Homelander is flying back and forth and A-Train is sticking needles up in women's arms. You are very, very blessed to die of old age and to live to be 78 years old. 78 years old, that'd give me another, 36 years on this earth? Oh, man, if I can get another 36 years, I'm in there like swimwear. So shout out to Lou Dobbs. Lou Dobbs, a pioneer in the financial news space. Rest in peace to him, but he lived to the ripe age of 78, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely, positively a blessing. 78 is a blessing. We can't live forever. We just got to take the time that we have on this earth, and it goes like that. Take the time that we have on this earth and really capitalize off of it and utilize it. Yeah, A-Train, K. Cooper. A lot of people are not familiar with the boys. Quentin and Slimmy put me onto the boys. So shout out to Lou Dobbs and his family. Rest in peace. We hope that the family is in good spirits, all right? In addition to that, an Illinois deputy is charged with murder after shooting a woman in the face unnecessarily. Check it out.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is outraged over the killing of a black woman in Sangamon County.
Sonia Massey was shot on July 6th by a sheriff's deputy who responded to her 911 call. Well, that deputy is now facing criminal charges.
Our Tia Ewing is in studio with a developing story. Tia.
Well, Scott and Sylvia, this story is making national headlines going beyond this state. This shooting is leading to several protests in southern Illinois. Court documents released today detail the incidents that happened on July 6th, saying that the deputy shot 36-year-old Sonia Massey, who you see here, in her face during a tense moment over a pot of water in her home. The deputy has been identified as Sean Grayson. Prosecutors say after he shot Massey, he discouraged another deputy from getting a medical kit from their vehicle. In a statement released this week, the Sangamon County State's attorney says a review of body camera video doesn't support the use of deadly force. Governor J.B. Pritzker says he is grateful that charges have now been filed.
We've seen too much of this, where an innocent person, unarmed, who actually called for assistance, was the target and the victim of a shooting by a police officer. And this is not, it does not reflect on all police officers. This particular sheriff's deputy committed a crime.
Yeah, I agree. And this is one of the instances where I think that you absolutely need to be charged. They called you for assistance. You show up. They are unarmed. And then y'all get into a confrontation about a pot of water inside of her home. You wind up shooting her and then discourage another deputy from getting a first aid kit out of the truck to administer help for her. She loses her life. You absolutely need to be locked up. And I'm going to be paying attention to the details because I want to know more insight about what happens out here in these streets. But yeah, absolutely 100%. Because if this is happening here, there's no telling what was happening prior to them actually getting body cams. So thank God for body cams. I'm going to try to pull the body cam with the Freedom of Information Act from what was going on over there so we can deep dive into it a little bit more. And then last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, a woman kills another woman with a samurai sword.
To a brutal attack in San Dimas that has left one person dead and 2 others hurt. The weapon, a samurai sword. The deadly attack happened at around 3:30 this afternoon in a normally quiet neighborhood.
Investigators say the bloody attack may have started as some sort of domestic dispute.
KTLA's Rick Chambers live in San Dimas with more on just what happened. Rick.
Yeah, Micah, this does look like some sort of an argument between 3 female family members, but at this point, what caused it to turn violent suddenly, we don't know. But the fact that the 2 survivors only speak Mandarin Chinese is slowing the investigation.
Ni Kui Shua Potong Kwama, Wa Kui Shua Idiar Potong Kwa. They speak in Mandarin? Wa Shoda Bohao. Jesus Christ. They only speak Mandarin Chinese? Okay, we know where it is. We know what's happening. We know where the samurai sword came from.
A woman walks along Huntington Avenue here in San Dimas with a sword in her hand.
Christ.
Her legs appear to be cut, a trail of blood behind her on the sidewalk. Sheriff's deputies then, responding to what they think is a rescue call, roll up on the woman near a rental van in the street and tell her to drop the sword.
That female then directs them to a residence on the street where the deputies find an additional female suffering also from lacerations who was later pronounced dead at the scene. And as they continued through the residence, an additional female was found in the residence.
Somebody said I thought Anton was actually speaking the language. I am speaking the language. Y'all don't know about me? Yes, that is really the language. Go back and replay it and show it to your friends and then ask them what I said. Ask them, I'm not going to tell you what I said. You can ask them what I said. Yes, I do speak the language.
Unharmed
and fluently.
Who was also transferred to a local hospital due to a medical emergency.
We understand that that may have been a heart attack. But what prompted this deadly struggle between at least 2 of what police are describing as Chinese women is unknown.
Preliminary investigation suggests there may be a family relation, but again, because of the language barrier, we have not confirmed that.
A little bit. You need a translator, come on, holler at Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I have a lot of hidden talents.
Uneasy because I don't know what's going on.
Local residents who were kept from returning to their homes near the crime scene are understandably shaken.
Shocked, surprised.
You always got haters in the chat. Y'all feeling some type of way? Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater your whole life. Get you another language. Get you another language and then do you a morning show.
So yes, it doesn't happen in this neighborhood. I mean, you see it in the news and other places, but just shocked it happened here so close.
Yeah. No one else was wounded by the sword, and detectives say there is no further threat to this local community. And we understand that interpreters have been sent both here to the scene and to the hospital. We're hoping anyway to have more information tomorrow.
Shout out to all of the people out here in the streets that's cutting people up with samurai swords. Be careful, man. We don't know what the piss is happening in these houses. These people come outside and they be looking all nice and acting like everything is cool. Meanwhile, somebody got chopped up with a samurai sword. All 3 women is getting into a confrontation. Somebody grab a samurai sword. Y'all be thinking that these other communities is just all peaches and cream. They got issues just like you. They got issues. They even talk about it online just like you. And all of these, but that's just not a part of your algorithm. And you don't speak the language. So that's all that is. It's women all over the globe. That's absolutely, they doing what women do, all right? And they speak in other languages while they do it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your quick hits.